here we are with the final solution to all your potty learning needs. If you get this book or video or doll or the actual potty gift box, you'll be relaxed, your child will be relaxed, and your troubles will just float down the toilet.
And why is that? Well, Ari, tell me why
Paul,
that is so. Ari,
I didn't have much to do with this. My mother is a writer and illustrator. She's a genius and has great talent, which is something you can't buy. And back in 1975, she wrote and illustrated these books for my brother. I have one brother 12 years younger than I. They came out originally in Hebrew in Israel, became huge bestsellers, got picked up by a US publisher and a few other European countries, and within 5 years, 1980, 1985, became the #1 and #3 boy and girl best-selling picture books on this topic. Publishers Weekly, everyone loves them. If you go online, Paul, you'll see Bill Gates chatting to Rosie O'Donnell on her show, about their kids getting potty trained. And Gates apologizes for how she loves Once Upon a Potty, watches the video, and when people come to their new house, with the trampoline and stuff, and see that being shown, they get a little verklempt, a little perplexed or surprised. So this is a story that sticks, no pun intended. This is a humorous, eye to eye level. Okay. She doesn't talk down to the kid. She calms the parent down. It's all natural. It's about being embraced naturally into the process of learning. Because do you think kids get stressed when they potty train, or parents? Who gets stressed more, do you think?
Well, it could be equal. It all depends on the situation.
Parents freak out. Parents see it as the first time the kid is tested. They're afraid that they won't get trained by high school. They're afraid that their kindergarten will kick them out because they still need diapers. It's a mess. And then this relaxes them. The video has a song I wrote once. It has animation. It's awesome, and it just follows you carefully through the. And we're at Toy Fair here, talking to some people about doing some other new products like pea shooters. Targets to put in the toilet. And
we had a little malfunction. Somebody called and knocked out the thing here for a second. And
someone knocked on the door.
Somebody knocked on the door. There's the whole bathroom thing. I talk a lot about
people
actually
have no
personally.
Respect.
Going to the bathroom, not going to the bathroom. And first, let me ask you a couple of questions. Okay.
Please.
So open up the book. And my question is this, because this book happens to be in Spanish. Okay.
This happens to be in Spanish.
Okay. So, but we're going to turn it around this way.
In Italian.
Now, my question: is this the book? Is this the actual book? Is this the book that was famous that your mother created a zillion years ago?
This is the actual book with the same art.
Yes.
She did an old style, paper cut, flat, sort of like a South Park approach.
Okay.
Which went out and back in style over the years.
Okay.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah, I like the cut.
She showed some nudity in the book, which was a bit controversial at the time.
Yeah, nice
shows
tuchus.
the kid exactly bending down. You see his behind.
Yeah, I see.
You see his little handle there.
Yes.
You know the difference between boys and girls. Boys have a handle. Girls don't.
Okay.
She showed the diaper
changing.
Thank
you for clearing that up for me.
Very direct, very fun. Grandma brings it present. What's in there? A potty. Now, when my mother illustrated this, mid-70s, you still had chamber pots. You had the potties with the handle. We still get emails now asking us,
really?
What's that? That's not a potty.
What is that?
That's like a mug.
What did you do? You sat
mug.
there? You sat on that? How did that work? I don't know. What did I put that on your head?
That's how a potty used to look.
Oh.
Is it a flower pot? Is it a bird bath?
No, you think that's how the word potty came
What do
from?
we do with the potty?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now notice the old style diapers. With
nice number.
Notice my nails here at Toy Fair, by the way.
Oh.
I got the little manicure. Don't spread that around. You have to cut that from
We'll edit. That's the only big edit. No, you know what? I'm going with it. I'm telling you now. You have to live with who you are.
Then Joshua sits on the potty, sits and sits, but poops next to it.
Okay, yes. Oh, that's
then
not
he still wants his diaper. Then he sits again, nothing comes out.
Yeah.
Then he's sad and 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 sad.
I understand this.
Sad and sad and sad.
It's like a constipation situation. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yep. Sad and sad and sad and sad and sad.
We're going about 2 minutes on the sat.
Until finally he stood up.
He stood up.
And right inside his potty was his masterpiece. He did it.
I love it.
Then once he understood how to give it to his mom, flush it down and say, goodbye wee wee, goodbye poo poo.
Yeah.
See you at our dirty, contaminated beaches.
Okay.
He loved his potty, and since that day, he
This
uses
is the
it
real
more
interview.
and more.
This is the real thing. This is where
Every
you're
time.
talking. Beautiful. You said Mao
So just to
Zedong
cut
uses
out-
this book too?
Well, this became, you know, it was part
an
of a
international
series.
seller.
International bestseller, and it was known as the famous Little Red Book.
Oh, okay.
And you know, the other Little Red Books were Karl Marx's Kapital and Mao Zedong's Chinese Manifesto, whatever it was called. So we joined those three. I even believe Bernie Sanders knows this book. Speaking
Okay.
of socialist Democrats. So
Uh-huh.
we need, maybe if you know Bernie, which we're fans here of, right? Where's the Bernie?
Okay.
Maybe you can share it with Sanders and see if he likes it.
Two last questions. What's
Not
good news?
Clinton and no Trump, please.
Okay. All right. Well, with that part, I don't know where we're going to go with.
Actually, I'm
the-
sure Trump has it in his
the political
gilded
kind of thing,
toilet.
yeah.
Sure.
Whatever. Back to our story, however, is what's good news for you, Harry?
What's been news for me?
What's good news?
Good news. Good news for me is preparing to launch Once Upon a Wipe, which will be the most awesome moist wipe line featuring Joshua and Prudence. Looking at doing puzzles, maybe a science kit, just bringing the joy of potty to the world.
All right, number two.
When
what-
do you feel happiest during the day? Is one of those times, are one of those times when you go successfully to the toilet, yes or no?
Yes.
There you go, Paul.
Okay, I'll ask you another question, but I will talk a little bit about what you're talking about. Take a second on it, only because actually I had some kind of a problem. My colon broke, and I really
Fart
do
alert.
I do appreciate going to the bathroom. You know, we have like 26 feet of intestines, and it's a miracle. And I actually have done many stories on this. Okay,
Yes.
it's a miracle,
Yes.
and in essence, food is meant to go through your system
Right.
to grab the energy from the
Right,
food,
right.
and you're supposed to. The key is
The whole
of
flora
eating
and
is
the balance.
excretion,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
That is the cue of a human being, of an animal as well,
Right.
is to eat and go.
Right.
Okay, this is a very serious subject.
Yes.
There's no fooling around when
No.
it comes to what we're talking about here, and what the blessing that your mother created by creating this book, as anybody who has potty trained or helped somebody. This is also a concern for an older people. We do some senior work, okay? And, you know, seniors have a problem. We just took a family member to the hospital because she was constipated, okay? So this is no fooling around.
Do you think
member.
we should do a senior version of the books? Like, should we do the elderly Joshua and
Oh, yes.
elderly Prudence?
By far, the
and their
senior market
challenges?
is quite 50 plus. You know, I think it's well conceived, and a community who also later on in life has to deal with irritable bowel syndrome and has to deal
Yeah.
with other kinds of
You
concerns.
need to listen to your body and follow it. I think this book is a gift, almost more important than boys lifting the what do they lift before they pee?
the toilet seat.
Yeah, lifting the seat before they pee. I think this book is even more important, which is why when I went to create some promotional cards to bring new friends into our world, I chose to mock up this little baby onesie with that motto of "just do it." Like when you feel you need to do it, just do it. I think the potty books and Joshua and his friends in the bathroom and so on really bring that idea home.
Beautiful. Last question, because we're very involved with this.
Yes.
And this is, I think, applicable here as well.
Paul,
we're
I'm
involved
all
with
ears.
the International Day of Peace, the United Nations International Day of Peace, on September 21st.
Do you know
and
that
we do
there's
an
a
event.
World Toilet Day?
Uh-huh.
Did you know that?
I don't, but I know the guy behind the toilet, his name is Crapper.
Seriously, that's true. There's a World Toilet Day because the water systems and the what's the name of the system that you'll edit that out?
Sanitation.
But the sanitation systems in the world are so lacking that you have hundreds and thousands of children and adults getting ill and dying because they don't have a toilet, because they can't flush water, because they can't wash. So this whole idea, you know, we're joking about going to the potty, using diapers. World Toilet Day was started not by toilet manufacturers or as a joke, but by people working with water and trying to bring it to all the places in the world that don't have it. So I really feel that we're committed to that movement, no pun intended, of realizing the importance of these actions. Paul, you're last. Maybe we should run for office.
So my question was that
Paul, the potty party.
the potty
Would
party.
you vote for us?
This is a serious subject.
Yes.
As you say, and we're very involved with World Water as well. I can't remember the word now, but improper water, disgusting water, is also part of this whole chain, because the
Right.
water system goes back into the thing and
Right.
cause the sanitary. I can't get the word. But the last question is: so, what does peace mean to you?
Peace means to me not harming anyone else. Staying out of other people's way and not imposing your frustration or need on others. I think when we start doing that, we'll have peace pretty quickly.
Javi, thanks so much for sharing good news.
Thank you, Paul.